Hey all, I just wanted to make this little video just to show you the rescue rig that I made. It's fairly simple, it's really powerful, and it works quite well as you saw in the other video. Now, a few have been asking, what are the measurements of this rig? Well, here they are. I've marked them pretty well. As you can see, it's 18 inches from this to about right here before it pops up at a 45 degree. Now, the important part about this right here is that we're using the big boss noodles, which are about 3.5 inches. The length in the rear is from here to here about 9 inches, which correlates to the rear of the propeller being parallel or flush. That's what makes the turning radius so good, is that when it turns, there's no extra room for it to drag in the water. Now, the working area in between here is 20 inches, so it can actually capture quite a few boats, and you can always just make that much wider. Now let's go into a couple of the things about the PVC pipe. We have just regular 3/4 PVC all throughout this noodle right here, and when it comes up to this T, it splits into two pieces because the rear is a separate little piece that's 9 inches. So it has this little T right here and up into a 45. There's no gap in between that you should make to use these noodles, so keep it low CG. And when it actually sits in the water, it sits pretty much perfect right to the water. With the running motor, it's a 3548 1100 kV from Amazon, which you actually bolt right into this bracket right here to this servo, which is also from Amazon. If you search what is it, robot servo arm, it has these brackets along with this servo and this rear bracket right here. All I did was drill the hole right through here through the PVC and strapped 2 zip ties to it so it doesn't actually move during torque. The important part is going to be this propeller right here, which is 11 inches by 5 on thrust, and you'll be able to see that the propeller itself sits right before the bottom bit right here before it turns up. Now obviously you measure about halfway on your beam right here to get it to a T section, and then a 45 degree up, which also has no gap. I have not actually glued this together yet, so it's just being held on by tape, which works just fine and, you know, fairly stable in terms of operation. And so these are all the pieces that you actually need. My RX is right there, sitting on a Fly Color 150 Marine. And then there's my battery with a battery tray that I got from a helicopter. Other than that, this is just a regular noodle right there, just a regular noodle, just a small one, so it doesn't actually drag the belly in the water when it's running. Really, that's the entire thing. Just make sure that when you build it, that this little part right here, this bend, is not, your prop isn't lower than that bend, or else you'll start catching a lot of water into the prop when you're going a little bit faster. So we've got about 1.5 inches or even closer to 2 inches of clearance between that. And yeah, there you go. Everything is waterproof. Everything runs really great on this thing. And my other suggestion is using a radio that can crank 150 in travel, so it can actually turn the servo all the way this way and all the way that way. If not, you're only doing 100% at about this and this. And so that's also one of the things to note. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I can see all your builds based off of my design.